Hey RT family, Ryan Reynolds here with Keller Williams Consultants Realty with your April 2023 real estate market update. So what's going on in April 2023? Well, as usual, we're going to talk about three statistics that are important and things that are affecting our market. The first of those is going to be interest rates. The second of those is going to be inventory. And the third of those is going to be what everybody always wants to know is my house worth more or less than it was last year? So you have to stay tuned to the end to get that information. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first thing we're going to talk about today are interest rates, and we're going to cut right to the chase. Interest rates for a 30-year fixed mortgage for someone who has perfect credit are right around 6.4 today. Now that is down over the past week or so. It had peaked up to around 6.8 in the last couple weeks. It was down before that, and then before that even it was up around 7 toward the end of the year. And so good to see mortgage rates going in the right direction. What that means though is that buyers can now afford to either buy more house or buy the same amount of house and have a lower mortgage payment, because interest rates drastically affect the amount of your payment. And that's why it's important. Now, one of the interesting things to note is that there's a statistic called the Treasury spread, and it's something that we watch over time, and right now it's a little bit out of whack. Now, if you look at this graph, we're going to be showing what the Treasury spread has been historically back since 1990. And can you see that each time we've had a problem, like in the 2008 or 2020, or most recently with the inflation, that rate has jumped up above what the average is of 1.7%. So right now, if you look at today's Treasury spread, it's actually above 3%, and that is the most that it's been since 1990. So what does that mean? Well, that means that I'm going to predict that interest rates are going to be coming down over time. If the Fed stops raising interest rates, they don't have to reduce them. If they just stop raising them, I think this difference between the Treasury spread and the 10-year note and the 30-year note will actually shrink up. And what that'll cause to happen is interest rates to come down maybe 1%, maybe even a little bit more than that. So should you just wait to buy a house? Absolutely not. The best thing to do right now is to go ahead and buy a house if you need to buy a house because of your life, and let that depict when you buy a house and not necessarily what interest rates are doing. The thing you can do though is a lot of lenders are offering that if you buy now and the rates come down in the next year or 2 or 3 years, they're going to refinance you for free. So take advantage of those kinds of offers and buy now, and then as we say, marry the house and date the rate. The second thing we're going to talk about today is inventory, and that means how many houses are on the market. Well, inventory is measured in months of inventory, and what we do is we say if nothing new comes onto the market, how long does it take to sell out the entire market? Well, today that number is 0.8 months. That's going to be right around 3 weeks, right? I think something like that, if my math is somewhat correct. It'd be about 24 days, so a little more than 3 weeks. What that means is that, again, nothing new comes on the market. It's going to take 3 weeks. There's nothing left to buy. How does that compare to what a normal market would be? Well, a normal market would be 4 to 6 months. So not 4 weeks, but 4 to 6 months, and we're sitting a little over 3 weeks. So what does that tell me? That tells me we are in a strong seller's market. There's not nearly enough inventory on the market to be considered anywhere close to balanced. It's a seller's market, and if you have a house to sell, you can take advantage of that and get maybe a premium price or premium terms. So the last thing we're going to talk about today are home values. So is your house value going up or is it going down? Well, the answer is it's staying about the same as it was a year ago. And how do I know that? Well, the median sale price 1 year ago was around $300,000 in our market, and the median sale price now is $301,000. So we've gone up $1,000 since last year. Now, is that accurate? Absolutely not. Is it kind of relatively accurate? Yeah, probably. So homes have gone up in value. They may have come down a little bit in value, and now they're back on the incline. If we look at what percentage homes are selling for, they had bottomed out in around December. That means that the average person was getting a little bit less in December than they are now. With that on the uptick trend, and just anecdotally letting you know that we're seeing some houses with 10, 20 offers on them again, I expect home values to go up. So that's what's going on in April of 2023. If you have any questions about your specific situation, please feel free to reach out and we can customize a solution for you. That's all we have for now. The Ryan Reynolds team, unlimited opportunities and exceptional experiences.